Welcome everyone to GamerMeld. Okay, so the embargo for Nvidia's RTX 2070 gets lifted tomorrow morning at 8, but luckily HardOCP was able to get a retail unit without going through Nvidia and therefore didn't have to sign any NDA. That means we're able to get an official review early. And as always, I won't show everything, so for the full details, check them out under sources in the description. As far as the card itself, they tested the MSI RTX 2070 Gaming Z, which I have to say does look pretty sweet. The Gaming Z has a base frequency of 1410 MHz and a boost of 1830. As far as price, I'm not sure, but we should probably expect around that $599 price tag. For this test, HardOCP was able to get the 2070 up to 1920 MHz, so that's obviously a pretty high-end GPU and should show us the upper limits of what the 2070 can do. And luckily, they did have a third-party 1080 in Vega 64 for a good comparison. So what were the results? Well, the 2070 was around 12 to 20% faster than the 1080 and roughly the same depending on the game compared to Vega 64. Basically, on raw performance, if the 2070 launched at the same price to the 1070, we'd be looking at a pretty amazing new generation. Unfortunately, Turing is so much more expensive that it's roughly the same price to performance as Pascal. So just like the 2080 and 2080 Ti, the 2070's success and purchase worthiness will all boil down to real-time ray tracing. Speaking of real-time ray tracing, don't forget about the giveaway, which doesn't really have anything to do with real-time ray tracing, but you know, I couldn't come up with a good segue, so here we are. Oh yeah, the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and visit the link in the description where you can get multiple chances to win one of 4 $20 gift cards to Newegg or Steam. So yeah, do that, please. Next up for today, another benchmark from Tum Apisac. This time posted in Reddit shows a possible new AMD RX 590. Yeah, you heard that right. According to the 3D Mark Time Spy benchmark, it's not a new 600 series like rumors have been suggesting, but instead a 590, which would more than likely be used to keep AMD competitive in the mid-range market. And I will say that somewhat makes sense, though the only way I could see a more efficient RX 580 is with the new 12nm process, but the only reason I see them not producing a full new lineup is because they don't want to go through the trouble of new production lines and all of that good stuff for 12nm. Well, regardless of what it is, as long as this isn't fake, it comes with 8GB of GDDR5 given its bus clock and a boost clock of 1545 MHz. As far as its score, the alleged RX 590 got a graphics score of 4759. Now, before you say it, that is not much better than what a 580 can reach, but this should also just be its boost clock, so hopefully it could get even higher. Let's just hope. Pricing, of course, will determine quite a bit regardless. Lastly for today, some i5 9600K performance numbers were leaked out, and they're not bad. Originally done at Bilibili.com, a Chinese streaming site, the 6-core 6-thread CPU was able to get to an all-core overclock of 5.1 GHz, albeit with a really high voltage of 1.517 volts. What's interesting is that while temps were going above 90 degrees, it was overclocked on the Thermal Right Silver Aero Extreme air cooler. Yep, an air cooler. At that clock, it got a Cinebench score of 1207, which isn't too far from the 8700. Of course, its pricing at $280 right now makes it a pretty hard pill to swallow, especially when the 2700X is down to $295. Either way, I'll have both of these linked with affiliate links in the description below. So while that does it for today, what did you think of the news? Excited for potentially new Radeon gaming cards, or are you ready for ray tracing? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget about the giveaway. And as always, have a great day.